Good evening and welcome to Universal Spiritualism. My name is Veronica Jenkins and I will be chairing this evening for you. We have the wonderful Niko, who has already gone into trance, who will be working with us this evening. So I'll just bring him on stage and he usually, his guides and inspirers, Noah, usually like to introduce the evening with a short talk. Good evening.
Greetings to you, my dear one. Much gratitude, my dear, once more. And greetings to all who have gathered to listen, to experience, to find comfort and solace in our words. We would like to focus on remembrance. First, my dear ones, I invite all of you to take a moment, close your eyes, and feel our loving presence near. Just one moment to truly feel. Not only feel our presence, not only feel the warmth within your hearts expanding, but feel as we are comforting your pain. We are always comforting your pain. None of you are experiencing pain alone. You are all essence, and we are always connected. I thank you for that moment, my dear ones. Now, I ask you all to reflect. One calendar month of your year. Notice how each of you within this month have worried over finances, have worried over family and friends, have even received news of an illness of one you love, experienced the passing of one you love. Even experienced an anniversary, shouted, been affected through an argument of one you love. Viewed your reflection in the mirror and questioned your worth. Hid behind your shame as you inflicted intentional pain upon another. Gossiped, judged, spoke poorly behind another behind their back. Experienced pain, deep pain, as you learned that someone spoke poorly behind you, behind your back. This, my dear ones, is the human experience. This defines your realm. This offers sacred opportunities to experience such discomfort, pain, confusion, worries. Now I ask each of you, where and when, throughout this human experience, are you truly remembering your essence? How are you remembering your purpose? What allows you, through your remembrance, to recognize the experiences you are living through within this physical realm as profound, beneficial, silent, truthful, or which assist your highest essence's growth? Whom is your allegiance with? Your highest essence was encouraging, guiding, loving, supportive, understanding, compassionate. Or those in your realm who through each relationship you have experienced some pain. This is the true definition of the word remembrance. Remember, my dear ones, you are not the reflection you gaze upon. You are not human within the human world. Therefore, none of it is real. You perceive it as real. The emotions feel real. But this is not you, nor has it ever been you. You are essence, expansion, brilliant, powerful, loving, all-encompassing, intelligent. Do not allow your experiences within your form to cause you to forget even more your truth. Merely remember, my dear ones, we offer assistance or guidance to enable you to remember more today than you have yesterday. But what occurs tomorrow is simply of your own doing. We encourage you to continue into tomorrow and the days to follow, to not only remember when you are connected, when you are sitting in your silence, but to find your courage, which is instilled within your essence, to remember as you are experiencing these sacred, aligned, difficult, painful, confusing moments within this human experience. That is how you remember, my dear ones. I thank you, my dear.
Thank you so much, Noah, for those words. We'll say a few hellos first. We have Margaret Jackson, Geraldine Owens, Gemma Ball, Teresa Smith, Tonya Hikes, Tricia Roberts, Rish, hi Rish, Geraldine Owens, Avril, Amanda, Dom, Linda, Charlene, Karen, Stace, hi Stace, Karen Berry, Joanna Clark, Christine Campbell, Rosalind Arnold. So quite a few people on with us. The first section here, I usually ask people to put their questions about the spirit world. So if you have any questions about how the spirit world works, how mediumship works, any queries of that sort of level of nature, now's the time to ask. We've got Karen saying, Spirit have spoken a few words through me in trance, but I can feel so many words waiting to be spoken. How do I trust more to allow these words to come forward? Do I just keep taking small steps?
My dear, indeed. Allow me to lovingly correct your wording, my dear. Spirit did not speak through you. Your essence, the essence that merged with you, created one voice, my dear. So ultimately, it is still you, my dear, speaking from both realms. You're listening to more words filling the space. This is intentional, my dear, to assist you in believing and trusting that more is meant to be spoken. This assists you, my dear, to trust, to not perceive that they are your words from your physical form. Your physical form, my dear, acts merely as the vessel. The breath, my dear, is your essence. Each one in physical form, my dear, cannot speak without the breath, cannot generate the energy to speak without the fuel, which is the breath, my dear. Do not focus on the words. Do not focus on the amount of words spoken. Rather, focus on the breath. For as you continue to shift your awareness to your breath, my dear, you're unknowingly shifting your awareness to your essence. This is where the sacred collaboration exists. You are most certainly a part of this co-creation, my dear. For the breath you possess in physical form does not belong to your realm, nor to your form. It belongs to our realm. It is the identity of your essence, my dear. So understand, my dear, each one within your physical realm is also partaking within this form of communication, and they are not even aware. For as each one in your physical realm, my dear, speaks, it is because of their essence that they speak, because of this collaboration. And yet, so many in your realm do not actually speak the truth. They utilize the perception of free will. They alter the pure thoughts they receive. They hesitate with their words in order to alter the words they are utilizing. If one focuses, my dear, this is a mirror of those who are beginning to develop within this form of communication, censoring the words, focusing on the thoughts, altering what is meant to be the transmission of love, purity, of truth. So there's no wonder, my dear, so many experience struggles, for they have been struggling through speaking their entire life. So rather than focus, my dear, on the process, if you will, rather than focusing on the words being spoken, rather than attempting to direct the flow of frequency of resonance, rather than focusing on the recipient and how you'll be perceived, focus on yourself. Align your conscious mind with your truth. Each of you, I ask the same question. Are you speaking your truth? Are you aligned with your truth? Are you the reflection of your essence? And once, my dear one, you align, once you do not fear speaking your truth in your realm, once you honor your essence and project it brightly, powerfully, undeniably, then so too, my dear, shall this form of communication flow effortlessly. For it is all one. It is part of your being. Find yourself, my dear, and the rest follows. I thank you, my dear one.
Thank you. Geraldine Owens is asking, I would love to know if our spirit family past still do the same things up in the spirit world as they have done on Earth.
My dear, your question pertains to a singular experience. Your perception is that even as you complete the cycle of this physical incarnation, you immediately return to our realm. Singularity, my dear, is not part of the process. Understand, my dear, though you view yourself as a physical presence, a physical identity in your realm, based on your title, your responsibility, your occupation, your wording, your relationships, all which create your realm. Once your physical experience, my dear, comes to a completion, you are still a thought projection of your essence. You are still one of the many breaths it breathes. You do not return, my dear, as a form. You return as the consciousness, the data within your subconscious that you are yet unaware of. The wisdom of your pain, the wisdom triumphs, how you treated others and received treatment in return, how you remained true to your essence, how you spoke your truth, how you hid in silence. All this, my dear, stored in the consciousness, my dear, the memory, the data of what is learned projects back to your highest essence. But understand, my dear, it is not your journey. There are multiple versions created, mirroring your highest essence, each sharing the same breath, each with individual journeys, individual agendas, individual lessons to be learned through experience. The same, my dear, for those who you consider lost loved ones. Many of them, my dear, though they may have ended their career, their journey within this form, experience, relationship you are familiar with. Their essence is still engaged with you in a different realm, my dear, continuing the physical journey. As these are projections of your highest essence, my dear, these are the journeys of your highest essence. And it is your highest essence, my dear, your higher awareness, if you will, who decides on what had been accumulated through each version, my dear, has reached its pinnacle. And much has been learned. Much growth, ascension has taken place in our realm. Then it is time to retract each version, my dear. And yet it does not end there, my dear. It begins a new cycle. More versions created, beginning at a different foundation, a different plateau. More specifics, more to learn. And it continues, the cycle. Eternally. It is not, my dear, matter of your highest essence possessing a career in our realm. It is not, my dear, matter of your highest essence being a welcoming committee for those who transition over. It's not a matter, my dear, of your highest essence teaching young souls about our realm. These are all misconceptions of your realm, my dear. It is a matter of those in physical form to seek within for the answers. It is those in physical realm to truly remember how powerful, enlightening, and transformative this form of communication truly is. It is for those in physical realm to understand energy, the energy which surrounds you in your realm, the energy which is connected to our realm. It is for those in physical form to understand, appreciate, value, honor, respect those beautiful essences who have agreed selflessly, honorably, lovingly to assist each and every one of you on your journey as teachers, as helpers, as confidants. When you perceive you have lost your own. This is the focus of the journey, my dear. Not wondering what career, what role, what importance a lost loved one is indulging in. But they have never left you, my dear. It is you who have left them. Focus on what is within you to understand what is occurring around you. Focus on your essence with honor, valor, and trust in order to tap into your own inner knowing. Retrieve your clarity through your own remembrance. This is what truly occurs, my dear. Not what is written for entertainment in your realm. I thank you, my dear one.
Thank you. Tricia Roberts has a very interconnected question, which you've very much answered, but I would think that Tricia might like a fuller explanation linked to, does our loved ones in spirit have birthdays and Christmases?
My dear one, allow me to ask you a question. The date of your birth has so many possibilities in your realm. The alignment to the planetary motions, the currents, the tides of the sea. Significance in idolizing the ego one day of the year. Holidays, my dear, are also focal points of religious teachings. Holidays, my dear, are also focal points for those in power to gain even more power, for those who benefit financially to benefit even greater. And yet, a celebration, my dear, of when one was incarnated within one physical existence, and holidays, and anniversaries, graduations, retirements, all part of the human experience, my dear. The same as nourishing the vessel, clothing the vessel, transportation for the vessel, also all part of the human experience. When one rises their awareness above the human experience, my dear, one understands the significance of these events are offered in your realm in order for one to forget the truth, to forget their essence, to delve even deeper within the consciousness of the human experience in order to live it, to experience it as deeply and profoundly as they possibly can, believing that they too are human. But as mentioned earlier, my dear, you are not human, nor were your lost loved ones. You are merely all assisting the other, engaged with the other, experiencing with the other. Every aspect of this human experience. It is not real, my dear. Even within a parallel reality, my dear, which there is another version of you, if you will, another breath of your highest essence, my dear. Are you certain that that reality celebrates what is celebrated in yours? Each reality, my dear, differs. Each offers new opportunities, new lessons, new growth. What remains the same, the constant, with each reality is the essence, weaving, undetected through each reality, my dear. Wisdom, patience, love is the constant, not the celebrations, not the perceptions of each reality. Those are anchors, my dear, to keep one grounded into their realm within the experience. Your essence does not possess anchors. It is free. It is expansive. It is everywhere, every time. View, my dear, that which you cannot see in order to remember. I thank you, my dear one.
Thank you. We have Stace next, who is asking, do people with dementia live between the physical earth and the spiritual realm? And do they get a choice as when they stay with spirit or come back to earth until they decide to transition?
Allow me first, my dear, to lovingly correct the ending of your question. It is not your decision. Each one of the physical journeys, my dear, possess an expiration date, if you will. It is not by choice. It is by assignment. Those whom you mentioned, my dear, who are experiencing distortion of the mind, of awareness, of realities, it is occurring with them, my dear, that they are highly in tuned to energetic frequencies. This comes with a distortion, my dear. Understand that when one's conscious mind remains centered, focused in your realm, is focusing on the energetic frequencies, which is obvious, if you will. The same resonance, my dear, which vibrates throughout your realm, offering significant markers, if you will, where the subconscious mind connects to in order to keep the equilibrium, the balance, the centering of one's journey aligned within that realm. With those, my dear, who are suffering with this distortion, their equilibrium, their connection to that one singular vibration has been greatly altered. And they are able to sense all vibrational frequencies, all levels of frequency, all levels of energy. And they are unaware, my dear, where these levels are. So when you are engaged with them within your realm, and they are not coherent, you sense they are lost. It is your perception, my dear, that they are lost. They are actually much more aligned than you. For they do not possess the restrictions of the human mind. They do not possess at that moment the teachings, the conditioning, the laws of your realm. And thereby, my dear, their mind is free. So they might not be as engaging in their physical form. They are truly engaging within the subconscious, their essence, my dear. Their essence is merging with other essences. Their own essence is merging with another version of their own essence within a parallel reality. They are time traveling, if you will, my dear. Though this may be perceived as an ailment in your realm, it is enlightenment, my dear. They are not restricted by time and space of your realm. Their awareness is free. They are truly connected to their essence, their highest essence, which enables them, my dear, to travel, if you will, through the different frequencies, alignments of different parallel versions. Pause for a moment, my dear, and imagine. As you and many in your realm perceive them as a hindrance, where you perceive your grief, your worries, the sadness that they may not recall who you are, or any of you in your realm, honoring them for the ability, my dear, in that state of distortion, to be able to correspond, to merge, to become aware of your own essence within different realities. You're once more aligned with your highest essence. Where you're experiencing the pulse of our realm, all while in human form. Imagine, my dear, the benefit, the growth, the ascension that one's higher self is experiencing because of what you perceive as an ailment in your realm. And for those of you who are focusing, intrigued, motivated to continue to develop within this form of communication, you understand what that one who's experiencing the distortion of your realm is truly experiencing. The heightened awareness, the enlightenment, the remembrance, the effortless travel, interconnectedness into parallel realities. It mirrors this communication. I thank you, my dear one.
Colette Perryman has done a few comments, but her last one was in response to Stacey's comment and your what you've been talking about. And she says, I work in end of life. I have seen patients in and out of consciousness and sat with patients that are traveling on to their final journeys. So scared, some peaceful, some fighting to let go. I see them reacting in different ways, reaching out or smiling, pointing, sitting up for the first time in months. Colette's question before that was actually, how do we reunite with our loved ones in spirit?
My dear, allow me to first focus on the first. As these in physical form are approaching the threshold to our realm. Reflects, my dear, the experiences of their physical journey. When one feared their essence, feared themselves, resisted, offered pain to many, hid behind shame, guilt, and remorse. This is what they are remembering through their own experiences as their true remembrance is becoming clearer. It is not that they fear what they are remembering, what they are experiencing. It is that they regret, they experience shame, they sense they are not worthy. A continuation of forgetting their essence, a continuation of being convinced they are human. But that too, my dear, is part of their journey. There is much to learn through this denial. Focus for a moment, my dear, on the multiple emotions they are feeling by denying their own love. So trust this was also a sign to them, if you will, to resist even until the last moments in order to gather even more wisdom from new emotions. Enjoy, my dear, experiencing what you witness. My advice would be, my dear, to gently and lovingly hold their hand. Remind them that they are an essence first. And this experience is their homecoming, if you will. All is forgiven. All is forgotten. All is honored as they take their last breath in physical form. There's your question, my dear, referring to the reunion with your lost loved ones. Again, my dear, I ask you to pause and focus the gravitas of this question, where it originated, where it is deeply rooted from, your perception of separation, my dear. You perceive that your lost loved ones have left for the physical form approached its completion. And yet, my dear, these relationships did not originate in your realm. Merely, the physical forms once more reunited in your realm. Your highest essence, my dear, and their highest essence are always connected, interconnected, weaved as one, shared by love. This is why you are able to love them within physical form. Understand, my dear, if one was to remove their essence from physical form, love does not exist in your realm. Pain, betrayal, jealousy, ego, hatred, violence. This exists in your realm. Love does not. Your essence offers love into your realm. And the more one believes they are human, the more one fears and hesitates offering love. And the irony is, my dear, that is exactly, precisely, why that essence is attached to that physical form. And yet they resist, they hesitate. They fear how they'll be accepted. They offer enough love with caution for fear of receiving pain once more. The complexity of your realm and an essence navigating through it. But there is no reunion, my dear. It is not what your entertainment creates it to be. Your loved ones, my dear, are not going to align in the silhouette of the physical form and smiles on their faces in order for you to recognize them, embrace them, hug them. This is inaccurate, my dear. For there is no reunion, as there has been no separation. This is merely a perception of your realm. Trust, my dear, the more you and those who are listening remove this absurd concept of separation from your minds, the more your passage to remembrance, to your essence, is unobstructed, the more you'll be able to sense the energetic frequency, the essence, the pressure of your lost loved ones. Just as each of you, when asked to close your eyes, sensed our presence near. One cannot possibly feel, experience, sense an essence near if they were not an essence themselves. I thank you, my dear one.
Thank you. We have Melissa who has said, do you all talk to the dead? If so, can you tell my mom I love her?
My dear, allow me to ask you to focus on the word dead. Once more, a word created of your realm, a word which implies nothingness, a word which implies an end. The physical form, my dear, possesses a beginning and an end. And yet nobody recalls the beginning nor the end. Those recall the journey. You're not focusing on this end of the essence you recall as your mother. Your memories are of teachings, compassion, courage, wonderful memories, sprinkled with a few harsh words within an argument. You remember one's journey, my dear, not their birth or their death. So neither of these realms, neither of those words, neither of those actions are real. Your memories, my dear, of the essence you recall as your mother, how do you perceive you are receiving them? When you hear words within your mind and you pass it off as imagination, how do you perceive you are receiving it? When you experience encountering your mother within your sleep state, or you recall a memory as vivid as it occurred moments ago, how do you perceive you are receiving that? There is no death, my dear. Nor is there a rebirth, my dear. This is one continuous cycle of energy. The same way, my dear, you are unable to cease the current of a sea. Just as you are unable to stop the flow of wind, so too is everyone unable to cease the continuous flow of the energetic movement of your essence. So the continuous movement of the essence you recall as your mother, my dear, is still occurring near you, with you, within you. Not your physical form, my dear, but with your essence attached to your physical form. There is no separation. There is no ending. You're able to sense her, to feel her, to hear her, to remember her, to receive messages from her. Because she is always connected to your essence, my dear. And as long as there is breath in your physical form, there is essence. And the connection is eternal. Trust in that, my dear. She's indeed offering you guidance to trust. And that is how you remember. I thank you, my dear one.
Thank you so much. Unfortunately, it's come to time now, so I will pass back over to you, Noah, for a final few words to us all. Thank you.
Much gratitude once more, my dear. Your generosity, your open heart, your encouragement to many, your selfless act, your humble servitude to all around. Is a beautiful reflections of your essence, my dear. Be as proud of yourself as we are of you. Remember, my dear one, yesterday was an experience which offered much wisdom. Today is where one reflects what they experienced, what they learned, how they are of humble assistance to the highest essence, how they are honored and revered and appreciated by all in our realm. And tomorrow offers a new opportunity for alignment, for purpose, for truth, which has no room for fear, for worries, for concerns, for doubts. Much love, honor, and respect to each of you and to those who shall listen at a later date. We are humbled for this opportunity to be heard and to assist each of you to remember. I thank you, my dear one.
Thank you so much. And KBC, that was for everyone, each one individually. So thank you. And while Niko returns from his trance state, I'll just give you some information about the coming week and the lives that we've got on. Tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock, these are all UK times. So if you're outside of the UK, please do your time conversions. So 10 o'clock, we've got Amanda, 3:30, we've got Sheila. 5 o'clock, we've got Lainey. 6 o'clock, we've got Deep Soul Healing. And 8 o'clock, we've got Fulvia with her Journey Through the Tarot, which is a taught class rather than readings. Okay. On Tuesday, we start at 2 o'clock in the morning, and that's because we stream the Sacred Spiral Network events onto our page as well. So if you're over in America or Australia at 2 o'clock in the morning, you can catch Fashionably Spiritual then. On Tuesday evening, we've got readings today as well, but on Tuesday evening, I'll be doing a totem animal reading session because my new book, Totem Animals, has been published this week on Amazon. So pop along to Amazon, look under Veronica Jenkins, and you'll find my Totem Animals books, but I'll be giving away free readings on Tuesday evening to accompany that book. Okay. And if you want to just get that book just for £4 instead of the Amazon prices, you can download it as a PDF from my website. And I'm offering some email readings linked to the Totem Animals for everyone who buys a copy of that from my website. Hi, Niko.
Hi, everybody.
Lovely evening.
Energy, powerful energy. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Niko. And we'll see you next week. And if I can just let everybody know about what we're planning for the 22nd as well, because usually on a Sunday night, as people will have realised, we tend to focus on questions and answers about the spirit world and mechanics of mediumship and trance and things like that. But starting the 22nd of July, it's Tuesday at 9 o'clock, Niko's going to do some trance evidential mediumship. So just very, very much focused on giving readings through trance for you. Okay. So thanks again, Niko. And we'll see everybody tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock with Manda. Or if you're just coming along for the trance, see you all next Sunday at 9 o'clock. Thank you very much for joining us. Night, night.